Once again, these are my opinions. I don't know how other people feel. I base this off my own experiences, what I've went through. And I have been one of those people that have been on both sides of the spectrum. I've had my bad sides where I didn't really take care of myself, hair all over the place, skin terrible, couldn't dress, still got a little weird style today, but it just got a lot better. It has gotten a lot better. So I always want to know who gets treated better in society, unattractive or the less attractive. And before we go any further, though, I've noticed a lot of my topics have gotten really, really negative. I don't know why I'm going down this negative road of topics, but these are questions I always wanted to know and I wanted to hear from the people. And that's why I go live and live stream so I can hear your point of view. So if you're watching this on the watch back, I go live every Monday through Thursday at 11 a.m. or close to 11 a.m. I'm starting a little late today. But anywho, I think the obvious answer when people hear this question is attractive people get treated better. Because there's a thing called the halo effect, which is when people see you and they see that you're attractive, they think highly of you. Obviously, they'd be like, okay, this person take care of themselves and they want better for themselves. That's like the first thing. And and these are all statistics. I'm not saying this is what I think, but people that are more attractive had a better chance of getting the job. People assume that they're smarter, they get a better first impression. And that's true to a certain extent. If I see somebody that keeps their hair cut or their hair done, if they're a woman or if they're a man, and they keep their skin clear, if they're in shape, I'm probably gonna put them a little bit up there. Like, okay, this person cares enough. But it gets real tricky because some people care too much about their appearance, and it doesn't necessarily mean they're a better candidate for a job or they're a better person. They say people they say that when people see attractive people, they assume that they're intelligent. That don't mean that either. That doesn't mean that. It just sometimes just means that they care about their looks. But do they get treated better? I don't really think so because they also have to deal with jealousy. They also have to deal with people assuming that, oh, this person thinks they're better than me because they eat healthy or they take care of themselves. They got to deal with envious friends. You hear that all the time. Like, a friend will stab you in the back, because they hang out with you. It starts off all innocent and stuff, but as time goes on, the friend starts getting jealous. Every time y'all go places, let's look from a woman's perspective. Every time they go places, maybe one of the women get more attention than the other woman. And once again, you could be the unicorn of a woman, the different woman, the woman that actually wants to see their friend do good, but not all the time. It's not always like that. It's going to be envious. It's envious and jealousy is going to come from the people that know you the best because they know more about you. So that's why they say keep your friends close and your enemies. You know the rest of it. So I think I had this conversation with this coworker of mine that he doesn't get bothered. It doesn't even phase him if somebody he finds attractive is around in his bubble. And truthfully, I don't think that's true. I think when you find somebody attractive, you're going to act differently. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to treat them better than somebody that's unattractive. In my opinion, if you're around somebody that you find less attractive, you're most likely going to be more comfortable around them and probably be yourself more. But if you're a man that's around another man that, men don't like to call other men attractive, I understand that. But if you're a man and you're around another man that gets a lot of women, I think naturally you're going to be competitive. You're going to compare. You're not obviously thinking he's attractive or finding him attractive. You're more like, okay, he takes care of himself. He's in shape. You look at the basics and you'll be more competitive. And 9 times out of 10, you're not going to really be friends with him. You can't because you're trying to be competitive and get more women than he gets or be better, whatever. And I think that's natural instinct. So, and then on the flip side, if you're a man and you're around another man that you don't really think he's attractive or get women, you're probably going to be more relaxed and you're probably gonna think nothing of him and kind of just throw him in the whatever, man. He ain't nothing. So it's like, is that treating him better or worse? I think that's kind of worse if you just don't really care about somebody. You're just more. But in my opinion, this is about me. This thing right here, what I'm about to say. Even to this day, if I'm around a more attractive woman, I'm not 100% cool. Like I don't know what it is, but if you find, in my opinion, if you find somebody attractive, you're kind of like looking at yourself. You're kind of be like in a mirror, like, okay, am I good? Am I up to standard? Because this person looks this way. So am I up to par? Even if you're not really interested in dating them, you're still gonna kind of like try to look your best because you see them looking their best. And I feel like that's what happens or used to happen when people went to the club. It's like everybody's trying to look their best and be as attractive as they can. Not to, make people feel uncomfortable, but people want to look their best in certain areas. But the reason why I came up this question in the first place is statistically, they say only like 5-10% of people are actually considered attractive. And that is so low, and it's weird. I don't know how they got them statistics because looks are subjective anyways. I don't even know who made it like, okay, you look good, you don't. I guess it depends on like a certain, for men, probably like height, jawline, cheekbones, all this, facial hair, all that stuff that would make them attractive. And I guess as far as women, if they're short, in shape, I don't know about the skin tone, but the point is that I'm trying to make is, it's like you would think naturally, if people come around something that's rare, that they probably would, it would catch them off guard. It would bring them a little bit insecurity because they're not used to being around somebody that's super well put together. In society nowadays, it does seem like a lot of people have let themselves go, and it might be because how the food is and all this stuff that we be eating, it's terrible. And you got to go to the gym, but it's not enough time to go to the gym because you're working two jobs just to be stable enough to take care of yourself. Yeah, you know what I mean. So it's like, in my opinion, people are becoming less and less attractive, and it's not too many people that are keeping themselves up unless they just got good genes, well put together, good for them. Or some people even step out and get surgery. I just think it depends on the person. When I was looking my worst, it seemed like people treated me way better. When I didn't take care of myself, when I was wearing big clothes that didn't fit, I still be wearing big clothes sometimes, or when I didn't keep my hair cut, it's almost like it might have been a pity thing where they were just trying to treat me nice, but it was like the minute I started trying to work on myself, work on my health, eat better, all that stuff, it's like, I don't know, it's like an energy shift. It's almost like people now, they stay away from you. They don't want to talk to you. They don't want to have conversations. When I took care of myself and I was looking bad, people didn't ask me if I was okay. They'd just be like, you know, but when I was terrible looking and I was sick, everybody was asking if I was good. Every single body, every person. And it's hard to actually make that type of statement because it's also an opinion because they have their own lives too. So maybe when I was doing bad, they didn't have nothing going on. And then when I started working on myself, they had a lot going on. Who knows? But it's just how I felt. And every time I am about to go to like an event and I got to stop at a gas station or stop at the grocery store, stop at Target, Walmart to get one last minute thing for the birthday party, and I'm like dressed up nice, haircut, all that stuff. It's like people they just don't want to be bothered by you. They just be like, whatever. But 3 a.m. or in the middle of the day, I throw on some jogging pants and a dirty tank top, put on a dirty hat. Everybody's super friendly. And once again, since I'm only one person, I can't really tell if it's because I'm unattractive or it's because what they're going through, because they're going through their own thing. But I'm always going to assume that people that are attractive in most people's eyes are going to get a lot of hate and jealousy because as time go on, more and more people are not taking care of themselves. More and more people are letting themselves go, and they can act like they don't care. They can act like they love themselves how they are, but it's like deep down, most people want to be in shape. I'm not gonna say all because you can't ever say all, but there's exceptions. There always is. But most people want to be in shape. Most people want to look like naturally beautiful without doing much. Most people want to eat healthy. Most people want that. So if they come across somebody that's like that, they're not gonna be so open to like, hey, how you doing? They're gonna automatically probably start comparing themselves to the attractive person. They're gonna automatically have jealousy and envy. They're gonna automatically assume that, oh, you think you're better and stuff like that. Because think of a materialistic thing. If somebody's driving around in a nice car, 9 times out of 10, you're not going to assume that they're humble. You're not going to assume that they're just some friendly person. In order to get that, they probably had to do some unnecessary things and be evil to even get that money. So if you're a person walking around with a nice body, all that time and effort into prepping your meals and all that stuff, and it's like you have a certain care for yourself, and people will automatically assume that. And they're going to assume, since you care about yourself so much, you don't really care about others. You're probably very self-centered and have main character syndrome. So I'm always going to assume that attractive people, yeah, and on the TV shows and stuff, yeah, they probably have the upper hand, you know, on courts like Judge Judy and stuff. They probably have the more attractive people sit up front for the camera. Yeah, when you go to restaurants and stuff like that, they most likely want the attractive people to serve you your food. Yeah, certain cases, models, music video vixens, all that stuff. Yeah, they probably want that type of attractiveness. But I'm talking about on a regular day, on a regular basis, when you're going around regular people, they got these stresses and can't really take care of themselves as much as they want to. And the most they can do is get their, you know, eat a little bit healthier, go once or twice, or I'm talking about men and women. I'm not just talking about women. I'm just saying they have more they have to deal with, like getting their nails done, feet done, hair done. Some of them get lashes, all these attachments, and that's the most they can do. It's hard for them to step away from life and actually work out. And same for men. They probably got a lot going on, stress levels, mental health. It's hard for them to work out. And I'm not saying it like it's a good thing. I'm just saying I know a lot of people who just be hard on everybody, like, why don't you do this? We all lack in certain areas in our life. We're all gonna lack. Everybody ain't got it all figured out. I don't care what nobody says. Even if you see somebody in shape or more attractive, they don't have it all figured out. There's areas in their life that they lack. We just happen to see the what happens when they put all their self into their looks, which, back to what I said, doesn't mean they're a better person and they're nicer and they're well equipped for the job. It doesn't mean that. But as time go on, society's getting more shallow, and even though people are letting themselves go and all that stuff, people are still coming on the internet talking about they want somebody super attractive and all. And 9 times out of 10, the standards that they have, they don't even live up to that. Women want a man that's in shape, she don't even work out. Men want a woman in shape, he don't even work out. I don't pander to nobody. I'm saying both sides, like, but I want to hear your opinion. I want to hear all y'all opinion, because I'm only speaking for myself when I said, when I started taking care of myself, people started backing away and separating themselves from me. But like I said, I don't have main character syndrome. No matter what you believe, just because I have a YouTube video and I be on the camera a lot, I come online because I want to hear other people's opinion. I want to hear what you think. And I only can speak for me, and I can be tripping. I could be overthinking it. Just because I'm expecting more because I take care of myself, and naturally they probably treat me the same. It's just obviously when you do something, you want results. So when I did up, start working out, change my eating habits and stuff, I got the results body wise and everything else, but I also wanted to be treated different. But people got their own stuff, and it's not like they necessarily ignore me, but and the more that you take care of yourself, people look in the mirror and they probably, especially people that are close to you, they're gonna be like, wow, he did it, I can do it too. And they say beauty brings the ugly out. It makes ugly stand out. Now, when it comes to less attractive, do I like think that there's ugly people out there? I don't think so. Because looks are subjective. I don't know who comes up with that and be like, who looks good, who look, because deep down, it's all by comparison anyways. One day we see somebody that's in our eyes a 10 out of 10, everything look good. And then after seeing them, we go back into society. We think about all the people we see on a regular basis, and since they don't live up to that level, we automatically assume that okay, so and so looks better. When everybody has their own types, everybody thinks certain stuff is attractive. Now, people be lying sometimes. Women be like they want a dad, somebody with a dad bod. Men be like they want a bigger woman, and they might be having those standards based off of their own insecurities. So it's a lot. It's all complex. That's why it's a great conversation to have, like about what is attractive, what's not attractive, because deep down, you can be the best looking person. But if your attitude is terrible, you are unattractive to a lot of people. And same thing, you may not be the best looking dude or woman, but if you are just a pure soul, very organic, be yourself, you're not rude, you're very nice to people, you're very kind, you may be beautiful to a lot of people. It's just the first thing we see is people's looks. And we base most of how we interact with them off of that. And I'm talking about myself too. I'm not just talking about society or picking sides. Most of it, that's the first thing. And since we come across people so much because of social media, I can't even talk, because of social media and all that stuff, and dating sites that people be on, it's the first thing you see, and people don't want their time wasted. The older you get, the more you know that time is precious. So you don't want to waste your time. How do they look? Is it what I want? Are they tall enough? Are they the size I want? Are they the look? If they're not, move along. They don't even give you a chance to get to know you or anything. And it's crazy because there are great people out here that people just look past just because their looks. People just bypass, oh, he's not attractive or she's not attractive. And you can have the best connection with somebody, but people will friend zone you because you don't meet their standards look wise, or because you're broke, either or. you know just society is changing to me for the worse, and I don't want to keep having these negative conversations, but these are conversations that I think are needed, and they may be negative to some people, but I think once we have the conversation, we have a better understanding, they won't be so negative. It'll be like a regular conversation. It's just sometimes when people bring up looks and stuff like that, they attack who they find as unattractive by using certain examples, and then they praise certain people. Oh, you don't look like this, then you're not, or you don't look like this. I just wish there was a way we can get to know the person first, get to know their backstory, and then we decide if they're attractive or unattractive, or less attractive, not unattractive. Then we'll get to see. But it's like everything's about looks because we see too many people now all over the internet, Facebook, just on a regular basis. We see people, and it's getting bad because when people create like profiles and stuff like that, they start using filters because they know how much people care about attractiveness. People can't even post something just no filter or nothing because they worry about what other people are going to say besides actually getting to know them. Videos on TikTok. It's plenty of videos where somebody said the realest thing I've ever heard. Comment section, looking at what's in their background, looking at their skin tone or if they're fat or not. I'm like, this person is talking, and they're not even talking about anything as far as attractiveness or any of that. They're not bashing nobody. They're not saying nothing negative, but everything's about looks. So, in your opinion, who gets treated better? Attractive people or less attractive people? I said my statement. Please leave it in the comment. I always want to hear from people. I'm only talking to myself because you have to do this at the beginning. So I just want to hear what you think. I go live Monday through Thursday around 11, sometimes 11, sometimes not. And hit the like button if you're still here. I appreciate you watching.